Whosoever delights in solitude is either a wild beast or a god. Aristotle.
Let's be honest about where you are right now. You look at your phone, and it is silent. You scroll through social media, and you see people out at parties, surrounded by groups, laughing, clinking glasses, looking like they belong. And then there is you. Maybe you spend your Friday nights alone. Maybe you have noticed that the people you used to call friends have slowly stopped calling. Maybe you feel like an alien in your own city, like a ghost walking through a world that doesn't see you. There is a heavy, sinking feeling in your chest, a voice whispering that something is wrong with you. Am I unlikable? Am I boring? Am I broken? I am here to tell you that you are asking the wrong questions. You are not broken. You are not unlikable. In fact, what is happening to you right now is not a punishment. It is a promotion. You are experiencing a universal phenomenon known as the law of isolation. Throughout history, every great mind, every leader, every philosopher, and every warrior has gone through a period of intense solitude before they achieve their greatness. Nature has a way of isolating those who are about to evolve. Before the butterfly can fly, it must be completely alone inside the cocoon. If you were to cut the cocoon open to help it, you would kill it. It needs the isolation to transform. So, if you are alone right now, do not panic. Do not try to run back to the crowd. The universe has cleared the path for you. In this video, we are going to explore why you have no friends, why this is the most important phase of your life, and how to use this solitude to build a future that the crowd can only dream of. To understand why you are alone, you must understand the physics of growth. Imagine you are in an elevator. For years, you and your friends were on the same floor. You complained about the same things, you laughed at the same jokes, you had the same bad habits. You vibrated at the same frequency. But then, something changed. You decided to press the up button. Maybe you started reading philosophy. Maybe you started going to the gym. Maybe you started working on a business, or simply decided to stop complaining and start taking responsibility for your life. You started moving up. But your friends? They decided to stay on the ground floor. At first, the distance isn't noticeable. You try to yell down to them. You try to pull them up with you. You say, "Hey, look at this book," or, "Hey, let's stop drinking this weekend and work on something cool." And what happens? They look at you with confusion, then with annoyance, and finally, with resentment. Your growth shines a light on their stagnation. By becoming better, you are inadvertently insulting them. Your discipline makes them feel guilty about their laziness. Your ambition makes them feel insecure about their comfort. There is a concept called crab mentality. If you put a single crab in a bucket, it can crawl out. But if you put a bunch of crabs in a bucket, if one tries to escape, the others will grab it and pull it back down. They would rather die together than let one of them succeed alone. When you started to grow, you broke the unwritten contract of your friend group. The contract was, we will all stay mediocre together. Because you broke the contract, they exiled you. Or, perhaps, you exiled yourself because you could no longer stand the conversations that go nowhere. Society wants you to be a sheep. Sheep are never alone. They are always in a herd, huddled together out of fear. But the eagle? The eagle flies alone. If you find yourself flying alone, it does not mean you are lost. It means you have risen above the altitude of the crowd. Let's look at this biologically. Consider the snake. In order to grow, a snake must shed its skin. This process is not comfortable. It is stressful. When a snake is preparing to shed, its eyes turn cloudy. It becomes temporarily blind. It becomes vulnerable. It hides in the dark, under rocks, away from the world. Imagine if the snake said, "I don't want to be alone. I want to keep my old skin because I am attached to it." The snake would die. The old skin would become too tight. It would suffocate the growing body underneath. You are the snake. Your old friends, your old habits, your old social circles, they are the old skin. They fit the person you used to be. They do not fit the person you are becoming. The isolation you feel right now is the space between the skins. You have cast off the old, but the new has not yet fully formed. You are raw. You are exposed. And yes, it is painful. But you must understand, you cannot drag your past into your future. Many people destroy their potential because they are afraid of this transition period. They run back to their toxic ex-partners. They go back to the drinking buddies who have zero ambition. They cling to the dead skin because the dead skin feels familiar. Do not do this. Respect the cycle of death and rebirth. If people are walking out of your life, let them walk. Do not chase them. Do not block the exit. Visualize yourself standing in a room with two doors. One is marked past, and one is marked future. The people leaving through the past door are making room for the people who will eventually enter through the future door. If you try to hold on to everyone, your hands will be too full to catch the new opportunities waiting for you. Now, we must make a critical distinction. There is a difference between loneliness and solitude. Loneliness is a poverty of the self. Loneliness is when you are alone and you feel sad because you need others to validate your existence. Loneliness is passive. It is a state of suffering. Solitude is a glory of the self. Solitude is when you are alone and you feel powerful because you enjoy your own company. Solitude is active. It is a state of building. The great inventor Nikola Tesla said, "The mind is sharper and keener in seclusion and uninterrupted solitude." Originality thrives in seclusion free of outside influences beating upon us to cripple the creative mind. Be alone. That is the secret of invention. Be alone. That is when ideas are born. When you are constantly surrounded by people, you are constantly absorbing their thoughts, their fears, their opinions, and their noise. You cannot hear your own inner voice. Society is a noise machine designed to distract you from yourself. The law of isolation is a gift. It is the universe putting you in a soundproof room. Why? So you can finally hear yourself think. So you can finally ask yourself, who am I? What do I want? Not what my parents want, not what my friends want. What do I want? This period of having no friends is your monk mode. It is your training arc. Look at any movie about a hero. Before the final battle, the hero always goes away. He goes into the mountains, or the wilderness, or the dojo. He trains in silence. He rebuilds himself. He does not bring his drinking buddies to the mountain. You are in the mountains right now. Stop crying about the fact that no one is texting you. Use the silence. Read the books you said you would read. Build the body you said you would build. Start the project you have been delaying. The void is not empty. It is full of potential. There is a final reason why you need to embrace this isolation. Nature abhors a vacuum. This is a law of physics. If you create an empty space, the universe will rush to fill it. By accepting your solitude, you create a vacuum. You create space for a new tribe. But here is the secret. You do not find high-value people by searching for them. You find them by becoming one of them. You want friends who are loyal? Be loyal. You want friends who are ambitious? Be ambitious. You want friends who are intellectually stimulating? Be smart. Your vibe attracts your tribe. If you are currently vibrating at a frequency of neediness and desperation, you will attract users and abusers. But if you use this time of isolation to become a fortress of strength, confident in your own skin, self-reliant, and capable, you will become a magnet. High-value people are also wolves. They are also eagles. They are looking for other self-reliant individuals. They are not looking for sheep to babysit. When you finally emerge from your cocoon, you will not just find friends. You will find allies. You will find brothers in arms. You will find people who are on the same mission as you. But you cannot meet them until you are ready. The law of isolation is the filter. It ensures that you do not meet your destiny while you are still unprepared. So, stop looking for them. Look at yourself. Work on yourself until you are the kind of person you would want to be friends with. Once you achieve that, the loneliness will vanish. Not because you found people, but because you found yourself. Being alone is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign that you are strong enough to survive without a crutch. Many people settle for bad company because they are terrified of their own thoughts. They would rather be surrounded by fake smiles than face the truth of their own soul. But you have chosen the harder path. You have chosen the path of growth. The price of growth is isolation. The price of excellence is separation. The price of becoming who you are meant to be is leaving behind who you used to be. Pay the price. Pay it gladly. Embrace the silence. Use the night. Sharpen your mind. Harden your body. And remember, it is better to walk alone in the right direction than to follow the herd off a cliff. You are not lonely. You are just first.
The man who follows the crowd will usually go no further than the crowd. The man who walks alone is likely to find himself in places no one has ever been before. Alan Watts.